This is K9WLW. I am doing another video or a subsequent video on the Anytone 878. In the previous video, which I recommend you watch first before you go through this process, is how to set the radio into promiscuous mode. It's fairly quick and fairly easy, and I recommend that anyone with an Anytone 878 go to those four settings and set up promiscuous mode on their radio. It will then allow you to move forward and do what I'm going to demonstrate in this video. The purpose of this video is to open up a feature of the Anytone radio which will allow you, without a code plug or without a program talk group, it will allow you the ability to QSY to any talk group you want on the fly. It does not even have to be programmed in your talkroom list. It's a manual dial feature. The radio permits this, but unfortunately, it only gives you about a second to key up each time in order to maintain connection to the same talk group as it comes out of the box. However, there's an interesting little setting option that you can modify in the software. Again, in the software. I'm not a huge fan of software. I know a lot of people love doing complex code plugs and this and that, and really that's not my cup of tea, but this feature is only in the software, and really was the only reason I even downloaded the software to this point. But it's well worth it. Okay, on the screen in front of you, you will see that I have the Anytone software, and it looks sort of like a spreadsheet. I don't have the radio hooked up, but I can still demonstrate what you do. When you open up the software, this is the first screen that pops up, and go down to something called optional settings and click on that, and a pop-up window appears that's called optional settings. Scroll all the way over to the right and you'll see there's a bunch of tabs across the top, lower tabs and upper tabs. The upper right hand corner tab is called digital function. Click on that tab, and the very first four settings appear. These are the ones that we are interested in. They're called group call hold time, person call hold time, manual dial group call talk group hold time, manual dial private talk group hold time. So, I believe by default they're set to 1 second. Which is why you have to key up after a manual dial within 1 second of the unkey before the radio makes that beep sound. The only way I can explain this is, let's say you're in talk group 123, okay? And somebody says, let's QSY to talk group 321. Well, you can manually dial it on the Anytone, but the moment you do that, you QSY to 321. But in order to remain in 321, after doing a manual dial, you have to key up quickly. Otherwise, the radio will beep and it will default back to 123. That is, until you change these settings. You click on the first setting, change it to infinite. The second setting, change it to infinite. The third setting, change it to infinite. The fourth setting, change it, scroll down, to infinite. Save it. Okay, after you've done that, hit OK. Down at the bottom. Hang on, I'm trying to see and do it at the same time. Then save that with File Save. It's now saved. So if I go back to it into the... Oh, it wants you to rename the file, but that's okay. You can save it again and save it to your desktop. And then transfer this data to the radio. so that the radio understands that you've made these changes. Now, I've already made these changes on my radio, and I'm going to demonstrate how the feature works. So I'm going to close the computer down for now and focus on the radio and how you can manually dial. Again, I've already made the changes, so we can actually go right in and demonstrate. There's two ways you can manually dial to a talk group on the fly. The first way is the quick and easy way, and it only works if there's no traffic coming through your radio. Currently, I am unlinked with a 4000 command, so I'm not going to get any traffic, so this will work. Okay, you press and hold the 0 key until the blue screen comes up that says private ID. The toggle is the pound key down here in the lower right. You tap it once, it's talk group ID. Tap it again, it's private ID. So you can manually dial a private ID this way. But again, I'm doing this for a talk group ID. So I'm back into talk group ID. Now with the blue screen up, all you have to do is punch in the talk group that you want to go. QSY your radio or your hotspot to. Let me pick talk group 91. Okay. Now I kerchunk. And I connected to talk group 91. Okay. Every other key down, I just did another one. It will load talk group 91 so I can QSY. See again, I key down 91. So I can literally have that dialed that up without having it in my code plug or in the talk group list. Okay. That's the way to do it when there's no traffic. It's a little trickier doing it, but still not difficult to do it when there is traffic. And 91 has a lot of traffic, so I guess this will be a good field test. Okay. Pressing the 0 when there's traffic beeps, but it doesn't change. So I have to use the menu key, talk group select, third option down, manual dial, select. There, it brings up that blue screen again. Pound key to talk group ID. This time I'm going to do a 4000 just to get out of the talk group. But I could QSY to any other talk group. And kerchunk. Wait for response.
Not linked.
There you go. Brandmeister just showed me that I'm unlinked. So now I am in 4000 unlinked. And if I keep keying down, see how it keeps keying up 4000? It allows me to keep QSOing in whatever talk group that I just keyed up in. So if somebody says, go to talk group such and such, and you don't have it in your talk group list, or you don't want to search through your long talk group list to find it, as long as you know that talk group number, you can do the quick dial. Punch it in, kerchunk, and you're in that talk group. It's as simple as that. I keyed it up with no talk group, and it didn't like that. But anyway, I hope that is clear for everyone. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment below or email me at cq2meters@yahoo.com. Anyway, this is K9WLW 73's